top such departments in the United States. 24 of our faculty are members of the National Academy of Science, the most prestigious honorary society in American science. And 10 of our faculty are investigators of the Howard Hughes Medical Institute. As a group, we attract over $50 million a year in outside support for our work. Research in MCB spans the full spectrum of modern life science, from determining the S-tray crystal structure at the atomic level of macromolecules, to efforts to determine the organization and development of the brain, from the biochemistry of DNA replication to the role of the innate immune system in helping us fight off cancer, from studies on the regulation of gene expression to deciphering the genetic code of entire organisms. And it is not at all an overstatement to say that none of this would be possible without the contributions of our graduate students. They represent a uniquely talented, hardworking, and committed group of young scientists destined to be the next generation of leaders in their chosen disciplines. When I was a graduate student, my parents would regularly ask me the two most depressing questions one could ask a graduate student. How are things going in the lab? When are you going to graduate? Unless you've pursued PhD training in a laboratory science, you can't really appreciate how difficult these questions are. To be awarded a PhD, a student has to make a unique contribution to scientific knowledge. Since the outcome of scientific inquiry is difficult to predict, research training is full of uncertainty. When is a scientific project really finished? Since good science always leads to many new questions, in one sense, the answer is never. But don't worry, today's PhD graduates are really finished, and this is the day we acknowledge their contributions and honor them for their achievements. And Catherine E. Harris, please come forward.
It gives me great pleasure to confer the PhD degree on Catherine Harris. Catherine had a wonderful thesis identifying 3 new signaling pathways that guide cell migrations in Drosophila embryos. But Catherine is also a very talented teacher and won a teaching award while she was here. And over, she's the most organized and the person that's the most organized and takes responsibility best of any of the students I've ever had. It made life much easier for me and for lots of the department, in fact. So it's wonderful to give her this degree. Catherine has a very bright future. She's having a baby on Monday.
Professor James Berger and Andrew James Anczak.